Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we are making a jambalaya. Now this is a dish that combines rice, veggies, and your choice of meat cooked in a tomato-based sauce that is filled with so much flavor that it's gonna have all your taste buds singing. I can't wait to show you how to make this amazing recipe. So let's get started. Alright, so diving right into this recipe, we're going to start off with the meal prep. To begin, we're going to need one large white onion that we're going to finely dice into small pieces. We're also going to need one large red bell pepper. You want to remove the inner core and then thinly slice this and dice it into small pieces as well. Similarly, we're going to need one large green bell pepper that you want to remove the inner core and its seeds and then thinly slice that and dice it up into small bits. The best knife for this job, in my opinion, is a chef's knife, so make sure you use that during this prep process. We're also going to need 2 celery stalks that are thinly sliced along the length. Next up, we're going to need 4 garlic cloves. You can use the blunt side of a knife to smash them to remove the outer peel, and you want to mince them into small bits. Now, for part of our protein for the jambalaya, we're going to need 1 pound's worth of boneless, skinless chicken thighs that are chopped into roughly 1-inch pieces. You can use a pair of kitchen shears to remove any excess fat from the chicken thighs, as well as dicing the chicken into those 1-inch size pieces. We're also going to need about 10 ounces worth of andouille sausage, and with that, you just want to thinly slice them along the length of each sausage. Depending on the size of the andouille sausage, you're going to probably need about 4 of those links. Now onto the seasoning, we want to add a thin layer of salt as well as black pepper to the chicken thighs. And following that, we want to add to both the chicken thighs and the andouille sausage 1 tablespoon's worth of Cajun seasoning, evenly amongst each protein. Give that a good toss just to make sure that each bit of chicken and the sausage are fully coated with that seasoning. Another protein we're going to use for our jambalaya is 1 pound's worth of large shrimp that's been peeled and deveined. I like to wash mine and pat them dry first before adding a thin layer of salt as well as black pepper to the shrimp. You can set these aside for now while we move on to our okra. For this recipe, we're going to need in total about 1 cup's worth of okra, and with this you want to thinly slice them along the length. The texture of the jambalaya is really affected by the okra, so this is an important ingredient. Make sure you don't forget this. Alright, so on to the cooking phase of this recipe. We're going to heat 1 tablespoon's worth of extra virgin olive oil in either a large pot or a Dutch oven set over medium heat, or 350 Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. We're going to add our sausage to the pot, and we're going to cook this until the sausage has browned evenly. Once it's browned, you want to remove the sausage from the pot using a slotted spoon. Add in an additional 2 tablespoons worth of olive oil, as well as the chicken thighs. We want to cook the chicken until all sides are lightly browned, tossing them often. Once they all have an even cook, we want to remove the chicken from the pot using a slotted spoon as well. Here we're going to add in the diced onions, the green and red bell peppers, as well as our celery into the pot, and saute those for about 3 to 4 minutes or until they're all fragrant and slightly translucent. Next up, we want to add in our minced garlic and cook this for an additional 30 seconds. Now to build the base of our jambalaya, we're going to add in 15 ounces worth of a can of crushed tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon's worth of red chili flakes, half a teaspoon of hot sauce, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, as well as the remaining 1 tablespoon's worth of Cajun seasoning. Stir all these ingredients together until they're well combined. Following all these ingredients, we want to stir in our diced okra, as well as adding in the seared sausage and chicken thighs back into the pot. We want to allow this to cook initially for 5 minutes, stirring the pot ever so often. Now we're going to add in 1.5 cups worth of uncooked short grain white rice. And following that, we're also going to add 3 cups worth of chicken broth. Allow this to cook until the pot reaches a boil. Once it's boiling, we want to reduce the heat to medium-low, or 249 Fahrenheit or 120 Celsius. Cover the pot and allow this mix to simmer for about 20 to 24 minutes, or until all the broth has been absorbed, stirring the pot about every 5 minutes. Once the broth has been absorbed, it looks something like this. We want to add in our seasoned shrimp onto the top of the jambalaya pot. Cover the pot again and allow this to simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes on low heat, or 225 degrees Fahrenheit or 107 degrees Celsius, or until the shrimp is completely cooked through. Now we want to remove the lid and season the pot with an additional dash or 2 of more salt and black pepper. And if you want it spicier, you can always add some more hot sauce or Cajun seasoning to your own personal taste. I like as a garnish to add in some sliced green onions, as well as some freshly chopped parsley. But with this, your jambalaya is ready to be served and enjoyed. And just like that, you've made jambalaya right at home. This recipe creates about 8 big servings of jambalaya, so there's plenty to go around. You can always substitute the shrimp for mussels or calamari for a different seafood variation on this dish. I can't wait for you guys to try this at home. It's really packed with flavor. I love it. And when you try this at home, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 4, Enhancing Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make jambalaya, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for the channel. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button too to see more recipes just like this one. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this recipe and think someone else will too, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week where I show you a really easy recipe, but it goes so far and it really impresses your dinner guests, a charcuterie board. This is such a versatile recipe that you can really customize it to your own personal taste. This is coming out next week, so make sure you save the date. Well, thank you all again so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Thanks for all the support. You can always check out my recipes on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like these videos, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.